Hello, Ej76 Ian here. Welcome to AOR Racing. This is the GT3 League on the PlayStation 4. This is the tier 5, the bottom tier, and this is round 9 from Fuji in Japan. And you've joined us here on our third lap, our second flying lap. We qualified in 8th on a 1:43.145, and we're currently sat in 7th place, having made a decent start. And we're chasing down our teammate Mr. Z. And as you can see, the sun is getting low in the sky, so this will be turning into an early evening race, as two guys in front, Mr. Z and S8, I think is how you pronounce it, go wheel to wheel. This is a 1 hour timed race. We missed the last two races through various reasons. That was in Zolder in Belgium, and also the last race in Bathurst, where I had really annoying technical problems of my own making. So we are about 8 minutes into the race, and you can see we're starting to catch these two as they start to battle with each other. This is a little bit further along, 10 minutes later or so, and this is where we get up to 6th place. S8 must have had some heavy contact somewhere. I assume he's gone in to repair his car, or maybe change his tyres for some reason, but we've gained a spot there. So moving forward somewhat, and we're catching Mr. Z and also Derry McCoy, I believe. So we're in 6th, and our teammate makes a mistake coming out of that tight left-hander, and he runs really wide here, and I try and take advantage, and I try for a switchback here, but just mistime it, and a slight tap, but no damage to either player. We're riding in the Renault RS01 as usual, black and orange coloured Renault, down to this big braking stop for the hairpin. Now further around the lap, Mr. Z makes another mistake. I think he might be struggling with his tyres somewhat. Perhaps he's on not the best compound. We decided to go for soft tyres for the whole race. First time we've done that. It wasn't going to be particularly hot, and it worked out quite well for us. And you can see his line is a little bit all over the place. We're going to try and cut up the inside, but we did find that our setup was pretty stable and good round the corners, but we were very slow in a straight line. You can see, even when I've had a better exit to people in front of me, they're pulling away, so I didn't really have any chance to catch and pass anyone down the main straight. A couple of minutes later, Mr. Z nearly spins it on the curb there as we come through to this difficult last corner, which tightens all the time on the exit. Again, he runs wide. We're using Racing Line as a guide in this race, and there's an example. We should have had a better exit, but actually he's gradually pulling away from us, so he must be running less downforce. On to our 15th lap, and we're still in 6th, and we're still trying to chase our teammate down. And this is the place where we all seem to catch him. We're good in the slow corners, and he runs wider than ever, and I thought we're going to get up the inside in this time. We are up the inside of him, but look at the way that he accelerates. I think it must be down to setup, because I think I was hitting the gears at the right point. So this is going to be more difficult than I thought to try and get by him. We seem to be overall maybe slightly quicker than him over the latter half of the lap, but we can't seem to get through. Okay, now with half an hour to go, so we're halfway through this race, Mr. Zeal has caught Derry McCoy, and these two are having a big battle, and they're going to go side by side into the last corner, and there's slight contact, and Derry McCoy spins completely. Mr. Z is delayed, and we gain 2 spots, so we're up to 4th place. Belying the fact that I thought that I was quicker, Mr. Z has come right up to us, and he brakes really late into that tight right-hander. But that was fair enough. We're probably too cautious on the brakes, but we managed to hold our position. 24 minutes to go then. So this is the 20th lap, and we're still being put under pressure from our teammate who's in the other Renault, and he's going to come down the inside. We give him plenty of room. We're pretty vulnerable at the end of that straight, but now we try and hang it out round the outside through turn 2, and I thought about keeping the inside there and maybe going side by side, but this corner really does tighten right on the apex there, so I thought I'd let him have the room and try and fight back with him. This corner was an absolute killer on the tyres, long right hander. The car wanted to understeer off to the left, and Mr. Z gets his braking slightly wrong, goes wide, and we're back up to 4th. A minute or so later, and we've still got our teammate right on our tail. As you can see in the rear view mirror, there he is. And it was funny because when I was behind him, I felt that I was potentially quicker through the corners, the middle sort of sector of this Fuji circuit, but now I'm ahead. He seems to be quicker, so I guess it's easier to be the chaser rather than the chased. The guy up in front is going to be lapped, so he's not in the battle. The front 3 are a long way ahead in a class of their own in this race, and I'm watching my mirrors nervously because I know how late he brakes. He brakes again late, all fair enough though, and we're going to try and go side by side through this left right kink. I give him the room, he gives me space, but he puts the power down and loses it, so we are back up to 4th, having lost it very briefly. And that was how it ended. Darren McCoy, I managed to gap with him. It was around about 5 or 6 seconds most of the time, but very pleased to come home with my best result in GT3 League, my joint best result in any AOR race. The winner was Matt Darves, second was Matt Hillier, third was SM Deadpool. We've got the last race, which is the rearranged one from Zhuhai in China next week. Matt Darves, Focusrite, Jesper, which is Ice, and SM Deadpool, they can all win the title, so it will be exciting. And we are sat in 7th place with 105 points.